Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy 058 KC on Sound. I'm back with another video. Today we got how to finish the Set 2 collection as fast as possible. No money spent, free to play without spending money. We're here to grind. And before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much for the support on my last video. It's far and away the best video I've made, numbers-wise. 14,000 views as of now. Just super crazy. I've gotten like 70 or so subscribers off of it. It's just, thank you so much. I hope I'm not delusional enough to expect the same results on this video, but if I can help just one person, it'll be worth it. So before I get into that, um, this video, just want to say, and this is on a topic on my last video, if you did the cap thing, the cap glitch, and you have it like I have it, so before the patch, if you were able to put your cap in as DH and in your starting rotation, do not ever move him. The glitch will still work. So right now, I still have my stats doubled. If I went into a game, I'd have max stats, even after the patch, because I had it set before the patch. So if you're watching this and you have it set, do not ever move these guys. Keep your cap in your starting rotation, to keep them in your DH, and you should be good for the foreseeable future. It'll still work. So just don't touch them. And well, that's not what we're here for, right? We're here to figure out how to finish out the Set 2 collection so you can get one of these packs, one of these bad boys. David Wright, Hammer and Hank, the big unit. I mean, come on now. I'm going to be taking Randy Johnson, but all three of these cards are insane. So let's show off how to get that as fast as possible. So first things first, you want to do these programs, the Kaiju and the Maytops, right? And there's not too much to go into detail here. I mean, start with the moments, do all the moments, and then do the showdown, so that you don't have to make your own roster. You can just, you don't need any cards, just moments showdown, and that'll get you a decent way up in the program. And then do the event, so you get another 5 stars or so. And then with all these cards you've gotten so far by playing the moments in the showdown, then you want to do the conquest using these cards so that you can do these parallel XP missions, the innings pitch, the home runs, the extra base hits. And that's the most efficient order to do things, obviously, right? And here's a little tip for any time you're trying to do Conquest. Let me show it off real quick, because I'm quite a Conquest grinder. As you can see, I've done the Nation of Baseball. I've done every Team Affinity. I've done a lot of the extra ones. So let me just show that off real quick. So I'm going to go to the Kaiju one. So when you start a Conquest, the first thing you want to do is just get as much empty territory around you as possible. Spread out. Grab as much of it as possible. Don't try to take territory from other teams. Just ignore them. Grab as much territory as possible. And why? Why are we doing this? Oh, yes, another tip. When you get to this steal fans phase, every time, no matter what, do not steal any fans. If you steal fans, steal 2 million fans from the Giants, it's not worth it. You do not want to have to play a 3-inning game for 2 million fans. Just skip it. Every time, just skip it. We get to the reinforcement phase. Right now we get 5 reinforcements. You've obviously just filled up. And just go straight back to getting more territory. As long as there's empty territory around you, just grab it all. Steal fans, skip. And now instead of 5 reinforcements, we get 6. Right? Fill it up. Go to attack. And just grab as much empty territory around you as possible. This is the fastest way to do things so that each reinforcement phase, you'll get more fan steal. Skip. Now we get 8 during the reinforcement phase. And you see how it goes, right? Obviously you see the pattern. And just grab all the empty territory around you. Some people like to start off and make a beeline straight for another team's stronghold, but you're going to be low on fans, and it's going to take you a lot of skipping through and cycling through to get enough fans to, comfortably attack a team and not have to play on Legend or whatever. I don't think I can beat a team on Legend. I lose on Veterans sometimes. So just keep doing this. Probably can fast forward through this. All right, so you've grabbed a lot of territory, right? Now is when you start looking for strongholds to attack. So the closest one to me right now is these cubs here. So you've reinforced the nearest territory, and then you can kind of just make a beeline straight for them. And if I go to attack them, you see I could play on Veteran, right? But let's say you're not comfortable with that, or you could only play on All-Star and you didn't have Veteran unlocked. It's simple, right? All you got to do is just skip to the reinforce phase, fill up this territory again, skip to the attack, and if I did it one more time, I'd probably have Rookie unlocked, but you see how it goes, right? So just keep reinforcing until you get to the difficulty that you're comfortable playing at. And then once you knock out their stronghold, grab all the territory that they own. So I beat the Cubs, and I want to grab all this blue territory, so that's the Cubs are over and done with. They can't come back and steal some of your other territories and be annoying. They're just finished, right? So that's what you want to do. That's Conquest, and that's going to be a big chunk of your grinding. But the main chunk of your grinding is going to be Team Affinity right here, right? And it's a doozy. It's easier than last season, but still quite a grind. So same thing with this too. You're going to want to start with moments, do all the moments. Then you're going to want to, well, here, let me say this. You're going to want to do the moments for each 6 of the divisions first. So I do the moments for AL East, then go to Central, do the moments. So that way you're getting 3,000, 6,000, 7,500 program points per division right away, right? And 7,500 will get you one of these packs for Future Stars. And then after that, you're going to want to do the Showdown, the East Showdown, the Central, and the West Showdown for 20,000 program points for each division. I don't really have any tips for the Showdown. It's just, you're just going to have to be decent enough to hit, right? Like, that's just what it comes down to. I can't really give tips on that as much. Just keep grinding away at it. There's no penalty for losing, maybe a few hundred stubs, but nothing major. So the Showdown's 20,000 program points. So now you'll have 27,500. So that'll get you, obviously, the Future Star pack, and that'll get you a Captain pack. So now you have a Future Star and you have a Captain for each division. So that's 2 cards, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You have 12 cards that need parallel XP or a mission done with, right? That's when you want to go to the Conquest. And I already showed you the best way to do the Conquest. You want to do the West, Central, East. That'll get you 30,000, so now you're at 57. So that'll get you another Future Star and another Captain pack. Oh, get you 2 Future Stars, rather, and another Captain pack. So now you have a lot of these cards that need either parallel XP, like these Future Stars need parallel XP, and these Captains, they need missions done. So innings pitched, hits, extra base hits, home runs, right? This is when you're going to want to turn your attention to, once you're done with the Conquest. It's the worst part of it, but it's necessary, is the mini-season, Team Affinity Season 2. Alright, so you're on Team Affinity Season 2 for the mini-seasons. First things first, you're going to want to make a roster, right? And obviously that roster, you want to consist of all those players that you need XP and missions done with, right? The best way that I found to keep all of that organized is there's a lot of players. Like I said, 90 players throughout the entire Team Affinity Season 2. That's a lot of players to keep track of. So I'm going to show a screenshot on the screen right now of how I keep my roster organized with it. Alright, editing in my voice here. So this is what I got. I go on my notes on my phone, and so obviously I list every position on the field, and then as I get new guys and I open those packs, so I open the NL Central Captain pack, I pull the Mark McGwire, he's a first baseman, so I put his name in at first base. And this keeps me organized with what positions need filling, so when I go to my roster screen, I know, okay, Mark McGwire is my first baseman, Diaz is my second baseman, so on and so forth. And so you won't have every position filled all the time, right? It's hard to do because you don't get the cards fast enough. You'll usually finish the cards before you get new ones. So for that, I put in the team incognito bosses, which I'm showing now. So I do the Team Affinity guys first, I do the Future Stars and the Captains first, and then any empty slots I have on my roster after that, I will put in the incognito bosses, and that is the most efficient way to do it. And if you have notes, if you have your notes pulled up or some other way to write it down or type it down, it helps you stay organized so you're not forgetting any players, or if you finish a player, you're not forgetting to take them out of your roster because you don't need to use them anymore, stuff like that. So it helps keep you organized. Definitely the best way to do it. Alright, so that's how I keep my roster organized. I'll put in guys I need parallel XP with or missions done with, and then if I have open slots, then I'll put in incognito bosses. But if you still have open slots. Like let's say you just don't have enough cards yet, you don't have enough of those guys, and you need slots to fill on your roster. If you look here on the program, this team build parallel XP, if you have open slots, you want to put in guys on a specific team. So, for example, if I had open slots, let's say I don't have a right fielder, an incognito boss right fielder, or a future star, or a captain right fielder, right? I would pick a team that I need parallel XP with, so the closest team I'm finishing is a Blue Jay, and I would just stick a Blue Jay right fielder out there so I can get parallel XP with them and work towards this mission right here. So you should always have a reason for the way your roster looks in mini season. It shouldn't just be like, oh, I don't know what to put here. Let me just put my Chipper Jones or whatever. I mean, if you need an Atlanta Brave parallel XP, then yeah, that'd work. But otherwise, that's not the proper way to do things. Every roster spot should have a reason, right? You should always have a reason for having these guys in there. So you got the roster set. When it comes to the mini season itself, there's 28 total games, and the goal is to make the playoffs at the end of the season, right? To make the playoffs, I would recommend winning 16 games. Some people say just win 14, just win all your home games, lose all your away games. I've played through a mini season where I won 15 games and still didn't make the playoffs, and that's a big bummer when you play through that many games and don't make the playoffs. It's kind of a waste of your time. So win all 14 of your home games and then pick 2 away games and win them. I usually do the first 2 away games I have. So these 2, I would just win these. And for the rest of the away games, I would just load into them and then quit out. So it counts as a loss, but you get through it quick because you don't need to win them, right? So for the home games, obviously you play on rookie, and you want to do created stadiums. And you can use this created stadium that I made, Ballpark Village, because I'm a Cardinal fan, Ballpark Village. So on the main menu and like the stadium creator, if you just look up online ID, Oreo Firelight's my name, same as my YouTube, you should see this stadium, Ballpark Village. It's the max elevation, lowest possible, like smallest field, lowest fences. Or you can just create your own. It's super easy to do. Or there's other stadiums that people have made that are the same thing. So should be easy to find. So win all 14 of your home games, win your first 2 away games, and then for the rest of your away games, just load into the game, quit out. Super easy, right? Because obviously you'll be getting parallel XP for your future star guys and for your getting missions done for your captains and whatnot. But the reason, obviously, we're playing the Team Affinity is for these vouchers here. So if you make the playoffs, you get 1 voucher for 4,000 XP on any division you want. If you win the semifinals, you get 2 vouchers. If you win the championship, you get 3. And for every 5 games you win, you get 1 voucher. So we're winning 16 regular season games and 6 in the postseason. So 16 plus 6 is 22. So you'll get 4 vouchers from that. So a total of 10 vouchers throughout the entire season. Same as season 1. It's a little different the way you get them, but it's the same number of vouchers. It took me 4 mini seasons to finish Team Affinity season 2. Season 1, it took me 6 mini seasons. So if you have to go like over 5 mini seasons, you're probably doing it in a really inefficient way. So just make sure you always have your roster filled up with guys you need XP for, or guys on a team that you need XP for, or guys that you need missions done with, so on and so forth. I think that'll just about do it. Let me just check one more time while I'm still here. Team Affinity, you do the moments, then the showdown, then the conquest, then you start working on the mini seasons. You get the parallel XP, you do all that. Oh, yes, that's a good point. Now I'm thinking about it. Whenever you end up getting vouchers, you want to use the vouchers in the division that you have the least amount of progress done with. So, if all these were 90% done and the NL Central was 80%, I would use my vouchers in this one and get it up to at least 90%. You don't want a division falling behind, because then when you finish other divisions, you're going to have to be playing catch-up trying to get the NL Central done or whatever. You want to have them all pretty close to each other, working on them at the same time, not prioritizing one over the other. Just the fastest way to do it. Keep it balanced. So you do the mini seasons, and that'll just about do it. One thing maybe of note is that events, you can get a few set 2 cards, right? There's the event rewind. I picked one of these guys. I got a set 2 guy here. If I kept playing, I get another one. And in the XP path, there's a lot of set 2 guys. So in the incognito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. And in the kaiju, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. So there's 14 total. And these guys are super cheap if you have the stubs. 20,000 or so. So it's not too bad if you have the stubs to blow. If you look in the top left, I do. Remember, I said I'm no money spent. I meant it. I did not spend money to get those stubs. I just grind a lot. So you do Team Affinity, you do the other programs, and that'll just about do it. There's really no big secret to do it. Like, you're going to have to grind. There's no way getting around it. You're going to have to grind. You can't even spend money to get the Team Affinity guys anyways. That's 90 cards right there you have to grind for. You can't buy them. So yeah, you're going to have to grind, but that's the most efficient way to grind. It's not that bad. Really, if compared to Season 1, it's easier than Season 1, and that's a good thing. So just put in the work. Again, thank you so much for the support on the last video and for the hundreds of likes and all the new subscribers. You know, I'm so thankful. Like, it was so incredible to see it just blowing up out of nowhere. And like I said, I'm not delusional enough to expect the same results on this one, but if I can just get 1/10 of it, I'll be over the moon. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to get one of these guys, you just follow the steps, and well, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.